Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. This is Joshua Jocelyn with Truth and Mercy Baptist Ministries with a long overdue life update. For those of you, those precious few of you who have followed my channel over the years, and for those who have just followed my family and maybe even just the recent developments, thank you for all of your prayers and your support and your interest. I apologize. I'm kind of a private person, and I don't really like talking about myself, but a lot has happened in our family and in my life, and I wanted to give you a little update about what's going on. You may know some of the details, maybe some others not so much, but without going into too many of the details, I want to at least kind of give you the story of what happened. Of course, there's an ongoing court case, so I can't go too much into it, but I really mainly want to talk about what the Lord has been doing for me, because I have never seen the Lord move like he has in the past 8 or 9 months. Last March, we were having neighbor troubles, and I had to go down and cut a tree down that had been damaged on the property line. And my neighbor opened fire on me and tried to murder me. I never saw it coming. I mean, I knew we were kind of spatting, but I never saw this coming. And the Lord has been very good to me, because I really should have died that day by all accounts. I was riddled with bullets in my abdomen, and somehow I am still alive. I don't know how, because I took many shots directly to my vital organs and around that area. And so the fact that I'm still alive does tell me that the Lord has a plan for me, even though I do feel very much like my life is over in some ways. But I believe that it's not. I believe that God is clearly going to use me, if for no other reason than to just raise my children. I have a large family with many children who are quite young, and they need their father. And I'm so thankful that I'm still here to raise them. It does terrify me to think about my children being fatherless. It's a thought I've never had before, but to think that my children might be in a world without me, it scares me. And I take my role as a father very seriously, and I love them very much. And I'm so thankful that I can still be in their lives, but I am paralyzed now. And as a result of the bullets, I can no longer use my body from pretty much my belly button down. I now live in a wheelchair or in bed a lot of times, or in a recliner, and that's where I spend my life. And it's a total different life for me. I'm used to being quite active. I'm used to being outdoors. I'm used to being, building things. I love building things. And I like camping. I like doing a lot of those things, going out fishing and hunting. And maybe I'll be able to do some of that. I don't know, but it's a different life, at least so far. I'm also left with chronic pain. And to be honest, that is the part that gets to me the most on a daily basis, because I have intense nerve pain. Even though I cannot feel the touch, if you were to touch my legs or my feet, I wouldn't be able to feel anything. But I have intense, chronic, daily pain in my feet and in my lower legs and in my hip area, my rear end. It just radiates with like an acid pain. And I am unfortunately on some pretty heavy-duty pharmaceuticals for that. I'm also looking into some natural options, trying to find something to help with the pain, but I haven't had a lot of success lately. I definitely don't like to be on pharmaceuticals. I prefer God's methods. And I've been contacted by people with different ideas that I've tried. Some have not worked in the slightest, and others have maybe worked a little. But I'm open to trying, more natural methods if they'll work. Unfortunately, I've just not been able to find much that works right now. So my quality of life has not been very good lately. That's the bad news. I'm getting to the good news, though. The Lord has been mightily at work. But these are the things that are not working out right now. People have asked me, are you going to walk again? are you getting any function back in your feet or your legs? And I'm not. I'm completely paralyzed. My wife still holds out hope and prays that I will walk again. And many people have contacted me, getting into some of the good news. The Lord has provided so well for me. And much of that is the people who have rallied around with prayers and cards and have asked, if I'm going to walk again. Many have said, I believe you are. The Lord is going to heal you. And maybe so. I don't know what the future holds. I just know that 8 or 9 months in, I've made absolutely no progress. The doctors give me no hope. And it doesn't seem likely that I will ever walk again or regain function from my belly down. My abs are weak because I've lost some of the ab strength that I had because of the paralysis. I don't speak or sing even as loudly as I used to. So that's the bad news. Y'all pray for my pain. Y'all pray that that I can get some relief for that. I do struggle a little bit with, feeling sorry for myself from time to time, but the Lord is my shelter, and I have gone to Him as my tower and my strength. And I want to tell you folks that the end times have never taken on a more interesting fascination for me than now, because I am no longer thinking about the coming of the Lord as some theoretical or far distant thing that's going to happen. Now, to be honest, with my quality of life, with the way my world is kind of has minimized now and shrunk, I now look to the Lord's coming now with such a fascination and such a hope, because that is the next big thing on my calendar. The day when I will no longer be constrained to a wheelchair, but I will be able to run free of pain, and I will be able to be with my Lord, and there will be no more sin. There will be no wickedness. There will be no more curse, and it is just a source of comfort and joy to me. But I have my moments when the pain is really bad, when I start to think about what I've lost, and it does weigh on me at times, but I do find such strength and joy and comfort in the Lord and in the coming of the Lord, because one day we know that He will set up His kingdom and all wrongs will be made right, regardless of how my court case pans out and the man who did this to me, whatever happens to him in this life. I do know that in the life to come, there will be perfect justice for everyone who has suffered wrong, for everyone who has done wrong. They will find justice. And I am thankful in that fact that one day everything will be made right. I'm also thankful that the Lord can be glorified in this situation, because, as I said, there's a lot of good news. There's a lot of amazing, miraculous workings of the Lord in my situation. Like I said, I have a large family. I was the primary breadwinner, and I was cut down. I'm retired now. I can't do anything really. A lot of people point out, well, most of your work was online, wasn't it? And to an extent, yes, but I don't know how to put this into words. I think anyone with a disability, with paralysis especially, can testify that it's a much more complicated situation than that. I am very busy with my rehab. The pain can be overwhelming at times and detract from my focus. There's a lot that is just more complicated now that I can't walk. I mean, if you need to wash your hands or use the toilet, I mean, it takes you 30 seconds. You can walk right over and do what you need to do. For me, it's a life event. It's a part of my daily schedule now. It's a thing. So my days are actually a lot busier than you might expect. And so I have less time now and less focus and less ability to work even on the computer. It's one reason why I probably won't post a lot of videos, but I did want to get this update out to you, 9 months in, and hopefully I won't wait 8 or 9 months to talk to you again. I've been told by many Christian brothers and sisters how much of a ministry that this might even be, to just tell people what the Lord has done for me. And He has done a lot. I am amazed that I can retire at age 40. I'm now 41. And the Lord is still meeting my needs. the community around me, the churches that I have been a part of, they're all rallying around me and my family. Many people I've never even met or heard of are sending me cards with checks in them and saying, it's not much, but I wanted to help. And they add up. And the Support Now page that we have posted, my wife has posted, it keeps trickling in. The support from the Lord and his people, it keeps trickling in. And when this first happened, it was not a trickle, it was a wave like I couldn't imagine. I mean, I needed so many more things than I ever realized. I have to have rehabilitation equipment. I mean, it's funny, you don't realize this, but I tell people now I have all of the liabilities of having legs and none of the benefits. Apparently, you may not be able to use your legs, but you still have to move them. Otherwise, they atrophy, and you can actually break your legs just by bumping into something, or the circulation can give you a heart attack, or you can develop heart disease. I mean, it's an incredible amount of work that I have to do now just to keep my blood flowing, since they're no longer pumping. It's no longer pumping through my legs. My heart is not able to get that extra blood flow. It turns out when you don't put weight on your legs, your bones atrophy and they just turn to mush. So I have to actually get in a special standing frame, it's called, a piece of equipment that stands me up several times a week. You're supposed to do it every day. I don't always get around to it, and that puts weight on your legs so that it knows to maintain. That also helps with heart health as well. And then I have to do my workout, my weights, to stay strong. My upper body has to stay strong, since I now transfer using only my arms now from chair to chair. So it's a different lifestyle, and I am extremely busy. And I needed a lot of equipment up front and a lot of things. I needed a ramp built. I needed a bathroom remodel. And almost all of that was provided by God's people. I have received some assistance from the state. Not a lot, but I have received some. But overwhelmingly, it was not the God of government that most people like to praise when they talk about who's meeting their needs, about this, just, they're getting their this, that, or the other thing. I've been able to tell people when they ask me how I'm doing that King Jesus is giving me everything I need. And I have been able to relax and rest comfortably in God's provision, knowing that he has my family under his wing, and I have no worries for tomorrow. I have pain. I have a lot of health problems that I'm working through, but this body is not going to last. I already knew that. No one's getting out of this alive. We're all going to die one day, and we're all going to have struggles. And some of you watching this may be nodding your head because you have struggles. And you may be smiling and saying, yeah, now you're starting to understand my situation. And I am. I now understand the disabled community a lot better. It's funny. That's a community we look at and don't identify with, but at any moment, any one of us could join. And that's what happened to me. So now I understand their struggles a lot more. And maybe I can minister to them better now that I feel some of their pain, now that I know some of their limitations. So that's what's new with me. That's what's going on with me right now and my family. The man who did this is in jail right now. My family is safe, and it does look like he has hired an attorney, and he will be pushing for this to go to trial. And I ask for your prayers in that. This is not easy to talk about, I have to say. It is hard. There's a lot of difficulty when I try to talk about this, but the Lord is going to see me through that, and I pray that there will be justice. But I also pray that the Lord will continue to be glorified in my weakness, because when I am weak, he is strong. And I have so much more capacity in that regard now to give glory to his strength, because I am a product of his will, and I submit to that will. I yield to his will, and I know that his ways are best. And I encourage you, if you don't know the Lord, that he is worthy of your surrender, and your trust and your faith. Give your life to him. He knows best. And one day, everything, like I said, will be made right. And all of the pain and suffering will go away. There will be no more night, no more sorrow, no pain. And praise will be to the everlasting King, Jesus Christ. So with that, I say, God bless you all. And hopefully there will be some more updates in the future. Thank you for your prayers, for your support. And God bless everyone who has donated, everyone who has prayed for my family. I covet your prayers. I will need it. My family needs it. It's definitely been a burden for not just me, but my whole family. My wife, God bless her, has taken such good care of me, but she is stretched rather thin. So I ask that you pray for her as well. And if any of you are interested in reading the occasional updates that she posts at our Support Now page, I will put the link in the comments or in the description below. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. God bless you.